Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a really fundamental question. Should hard work actually guarantee a reward? We're diving deep into our education system to ask, is success really about persistence, or has it just become a matter of luck?
So let's just jump right in with this. It seems simple, right? Should effort be rewarded? I mean, our gut instinct for most of us is to say, of course. But why is that yes so incredibly important? Let's unpack that.
You know, this isn't some new age, feel-good idea. This principle, that effort deserves a reward, has been built up over centuries by some of the greatest thinkers in history. It's basically a pillar of modern society.
Yeah, starting way back in the 18th century, you can see this really consistent thread. You've got philosophers, you've got economists, they all came at it from different angles, but they all landed on the same conclusion. Connecting what a person does to what they get is the absolute bedrock of a prosperous and a moral society.
It really kicks off with Adam Smith. He had this brilliant idea of the invisible hand. The logic is simple. When your personal hard work leads to your own personal success, it creates this incredible ripple effect. All that individual ambition actually works to make the entire nation wealthier. Everybody wins.
But hang on, this isn't just about economics and money. Immanuel Kant comes along and adds this crucial moral layer to it. He basically argued that it's our effort that makes us worthy of happiness. So for Kant, a system that ignores hard work isn't just inefficient, it's just plain wrong. It's morally bankrupt.
And let's fast forward to the 20th century. F.A. Hayek gives us another piece of the puzzle. He showed that a system of rewards isn't just random, it's a giant, powerful information system. Those rewards are like signals, telling all of us where our skills and our energy are needed most. If you start randomizing the rewards, you scramble the signals, and the whole system just grinds to a halt.
And here is where it gets dangerous. If you break that critical link between effort and reward, you get something economists call a moral hazard. It's when people see that hard work doesn't actually pay off, so they rationally, logically choose to stop trying. It's not about being lazy. It's the system itself telling them there's no point.
Okay, so with all that deep philosophical groundwork laid, let's crash back down to reality, because all those principles are colliding head-on with the chaotic world of Taiwan's university admission system, where that link between effort and reward feels like it's been completely severed.
And look, this isn't some abstract academic problem. For thousands and thousands of students and their parents, the system doesn't feel like a fair evaluation of their years of hard work. Not at all. It feels like a high-stakes, chaotic lottery. I mean, just look at this instability. It's wild. The number of students who got a perfect math score plummeted by almost 90% in a single year, from over 14,000 to just 1,500. How can you possibly prepare for a goal when the goalposts are moving that erratically? The simple answer is, you can't. And it gets even weirder. The logic of the system itself can create these totally bizarre, paradoxical results. In this example, whether a whole group of students gets accepted or rejected depends entirely on the completely unrelated decision of one single applicant who decides to withdraw. Your fate is literally not in your hands.
Then you've got this problem of overscreening. At one top university, they had to screen 117 applicants for just 17 spots. Why? Because the grading scale is so broad, so crude, that it can't tell all those qualified students apart. So it stops being about merit and just becomes a game of chance.
This randomness means students are basically shooting at a moving target. Imagine spending years focusing on science because you think that's what your dream school wants, only to find out, whoops, the year you apply, they've decided English is what really matters. It just completely undermines any kind of long-term focused effort.
So, wow. If the whole system feels like one big gamble, how on earth do we fix it? How do we take the luck out of the equation and get back to that core principle of rewarding hard work?
Okay, so here's the number one fix that experts are talking about: making the grading scale more precise. Right now, it's a 15-point scale, which is just too broad. Moving to at least a 30-point scale would allow for much better differentiation between students. It would cut down on those massive tiebreakers that cause so much of this chaos. But it's not just about the grading scale. There are other common-sense changes being proposed that aim to reduce that gambling feeling. The whole strategy is to give students more choices, but at the same time, stop a few top students from hoarding all the offers, and bring back a focus on stable, reliable measures of effort, like standardized exams.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This is all just boring administrative stuff, right? Tweaking a system. But it's so much more than that. This is really about the kind of society we want to be and the values we're passing down to our kids.
A system that feels random doesn't just make students angry, it actively teaches them the wrong lessons. It fails to build character. It crushes their motivation by creating that moral hazard we talked about. And in the end, it hurts the entire nation by not putting our best and brightest talent in the right places to succeed.
And that brings us right back around full circle to where we started with Adam Smith. Making sure that honest work is rewarded isn't just a nice idea about fairness. It is the fundamental engine that powers our collective success. It's what drives us all forward.
So at the end of the day, something that seems as bureaucratic and dry as a university admission system, well, it sends a huge, powerful message. It's a statement. It's a mirror that reflects what we, as a society, actually believe in.
So really, the question we all have to answer is this one. What message do we want to send to our future leaders, our innovators, our citizens? Do we want them to believe in their own hard work, or do we want them to believe their future is just a roll of the dice? The choice is ours to make.